Hi, I'm Jason. Today I'm going to be showing you navigation in Maya 2011 because I have a time machine. Now, we're going to be concentrating on this part for this tutorial. We'll talk about the other stuff later, but first of all, when you start up Maya, you'll see a couple things. You'll see these buttons along here, this axis guide, the main 3D view, and the view cube. Let's go over these. Now, in the main view, you'll see, if I hold, I don't know the controls for PC, so I'm sorry. I'm sure if you fiddle around with them, you'll work them out eventually. But if I hold Command and left click, I rotate around. If I hold Command and middle click, I get to pan around with this arrows in every direction. Now, if you're on a Mac like me and you're using the Magic Mouse, here's the link to a tutorial on how to make middle click work. But now you can also hold Command and right click, Alt and right click, and I can pan in and out. But this is easily done with scrolling in and out. Now, and that's getting around in 3D view. Now, down here, we have this little guide that tells us the axes. Now, along here we have X, along here we have Z, and up and down we have Y. Now, if you've done graphs in maths, you'll understand that one Y, one X will be like here-ish or something. And you'll notice as I rotate around, they always stay the same. So that's helpful if you need to work out something and you're a bit stuck. Now up here, we have the view cube. And you'll notice, as I rotate around, it changes as well. For this, back is always the same way, and front is always the same way, and top and bottom are always the same way. Now, let's have a look at this. You'll notice I can select different parts of it. If I click on a corner, I rotate to the corners. If I do that part, click on that, and you'll notice there's a house button here. Now, if I click on the house button, it takes me back to the default view. And also, if I go to front, if I go to a face of the cube, you'll get these arrows and these arrows. Now, these arrows are just for changing the view by one face. And these arrows here are for rotating 90 degrees. So I can turn it upside down, put it back the right way. And yeah, now you'll notice one of the useful things about this home button is if I rotate myself upside down and if I click and drag, if I click and drag on the cube, I can rotate around. But okay, so if I click on right, and then I go upside down and I scroll out and I rotate funny and I keep scrolling out and I'm really far out and I have no idea how I'm going to get back to my little scene, I click on the home button and I get taken back to this view. You'll also notice there's a little arrow below it. So if I click on this, I can go back to my home. I can change what view the home is. So if I rotate it and I like that view, I'll set that to home. I can change the current front view, so that'll rotate the entire cube. And I can view more help on the view cube, and I can view the properties. Let's have a look at the properties. This will open up the preferences window, and the first option obviously is whether or not you want the view cube. If you think that's a stupid idea, you can get rid of it. I can move where on the screen it is. If I want it down there, I can put it there if I want. I can put it in any of the corners. How large it is, I might put it large, and I can change the opacity, which is how see-through it is. I can put that to 100, you can't see through it anymore. Or I can put it to 0, and I can't see it anymore, which is pretty stupid. Put that to 100. Got snapped closest view. What else is compass? The compass is, if I click on show the compass below the view cube, I get this little circle below here. Now I'll just hit save. That'll save my preferences and keep it this way. Now, if you look at the view cube And as I showed you, when you click and drag, I can move around in any direction. Now, if I wanted to like just pan around it, like rotate around the object, I click on this ring here, and I can only rotate left and right. I can't move up and down. That's very nifty. Now, for the next bit, I'm going to create a cube. Don't worry about shapes. I'm going to be showing you a little bit more about shapes later. Now here we have a cube, and you'll see that if I deselect it, it's got this blue wireframe around it. That's because we have it in this mode. If you want to change it to this mode, you can click the button, or you can press 6 on your keyboard. And now we have a shaded object. And I can change it to the next one. I think it's 7. And that makes it black. The reason it makes it black is because this is the shaded and textured view. And I don't have any lights in my scene yet, so we'll just put it back to 6. And that's it for basic navigation in Maya 2011, because I have a time machine. Easy done.